When it comes to Grey's Anatomy couples, Mark Sloan and Lexie Grey were one of the most unforgettable pairs. Their chemistry was undeniable, and despite all the ups and downs, they shared some truly magical moments that showed they were meant to be. In this video, we'll look back at the 6 moments where Mark and Lexie proved they were absolute couple goals. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Grey's Anatomy content. Let's get started. Starting off at number 6, we have Mark believes in Lexie. Up until this point, Mark and Lexie had only shared brief interactions, with Mark teasing her about her crush on George. However, this moment was a turning point in their budding romance, as Mark was the only one who believed in Lexie's medical skills. Lexie, often overlooked by Christina and the others because she was just an intern, figured out what was wrong with a patient, but no one listened to her. Mark, however, took her seriously and was willing to try her idea and teach her.
We were to stick a caudal elevator up his nose.
No, I'm sorry, up his nose?
If Dr. Gray's on the right track, the patient will let us know.
Looking back, fans can see how much it meant to Lexie that Mark trusted her instincts. At number 5, we have Mark reveals the relationship to Derek. Mark and Lexie were first classed as a forbidden romance, as the plastic surgeon was warned off by Derek. For weeks, they kept their relationship hidden from friends, meeting up in on-call rooms. However, the pressure of keeping it hidden began to get to Lexie. Fans had seen how much he cared for Lexie, so it wasn't surprising when Mark ended up telling Derek.
I'm seeing Lexie. Well, I'm sleeping with her too, but it's more than that. We're happy. I'm happy.
Although this led to another falling out between the best friends, there was a nice moment when Lexie came rushing to his side to apologize, and he says it's worth it.
It was worth it.
No, it wasn't. Maybe a little.
And at number 4, we have Mark meets Lexie's dad. Earlier in the episode, Mark was reluctant to meet Thatcher because he believed Lexie's father wouldn't like him.
My dad's here.
Okay.
He's here, and he's sober. And I would really like for you to meet him.
Oh, Lexie, dads historically do not love me. And by that, I mean that when I was a teenager, dads did not love me. And that's the last time I had to meet anyone's dad.
He also implied that he preferred their relationship to be private and didn't want an outsider's perspective to ruin it. However, Mark soon changed his mind as he turned up at the restaurant. Lexie looked taken aback, but was nevertheless pleased that he turned up to meet her father. It showed her how committed Mark was to the relationship. At number 3, we have Lexie moves in with Mark. Although Lexie was quite adamant that she wasn't quite ready to move in with Mark, George's unexpected death and her bond with Clara helped to change her mind. While Lexie had initially wanted to focus on her career, for the time being, she eventually came to the conclusion that she was ready to move in with him.
I am trying to focus. I'm becoming a resident today. I need to focus.
I'm right across the street from the hospital. If you crash here sometimes, you get to jump on a lot of surgery.
Many fans loved this for Lexie, as they were able to see the maturity between the couple grow. Lexie took her time with her decision and didn't rush into it. In return, Mark didn't put any pressure on her and wanted her to decide when the time was right. Coming off at number 2, we have Mark confesses he wants to marry Lexie. Mark first revealed his desire to marry Lexie in Shiny Happy People when Callie encouraged him to go after her before it was too late.
No, I'm not talking about Teddy, I'm talking about Lexie. You still love Lexie, and sleeping around isn't gonna fix that.
He also revealed he was thinking about proposing in the episode Shock to the System.
Tell me something. When a person gets out of the nut house, what's the appropriate amount of time to wait before you propose?
What?
At the time, Lexie was not ready to settle down, but it did show how much Mark had grown. As a former bachelor who enjoyed the single life, for him to admit that he wants to settle down and get married illustrates the influence the relationship had on him. Finally, at number 1, we have You're Like a Disease speech. Who knew being compared to a disease could be so romantic? Lexie somehow made it work for her and created one of the show's most iconic speeches.
You're in me. You're like it's like you're a disease. It's like I am infected by Mark Sloan.
After weeks of pining, Lexie decided to confess her feelings for our favorite plastics attending. She admitted that despite being happy with Jackson, she couldn't help but be drawn back to him. She also confesses to Mark that he is always on her mind, so much that it is beginning to affect her daily routine. Surprisingly, Mark is speechless by her admission, yet it proved one thing: no matter who they dated, the pair would always be drawn to each other in some form. And that's it for the top 6 moments where Mark and Lexie truly proved they were couple goals. From believing in each other's potential to their undeniable chemistry, these two shared some of Grey's Anatomy's most memorable and heartwarming moments. Even though their time together was tragically cut short, their love story continues to resonate with fans, reminding us of the beauty in second chances and how love can thrive even in the most unexpected circumstances. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Grey's Anatomy content.